Good morning, children. Once again, welcome back to the online classes for 10th standard. As in the last class, we have discussed about bank transactions. So, in that bank transactions, we have learnt about what is bank, characteristics of banks, functions of banks. So, today, continuation of the same lesson. In that, we are going to see banking transactions. So, that transactions which deals with banks and post offices, and about Reserve Bank of India. Not only that, we are going to discuss about types of banks. So, in that banks, here we will come across some bank accounts, different types of bank accounts. Not only that, what is the procedure to open the bank account and what are the advantages of opening the bank account. So, as coming towards the heading of banking transactions. So, here in the previous class I have told the connection between the depositor and the bank, or the investor or the customer, we call it as bank. As any type of activity involving in money or exchange of money. So, in the account of the bank, it is called as bank transaction. Whereas banks are the institutions which deals with money. So, only the dealings of money will be done in the banks only, not in other places. Whereas here we can see banks will keep the money of the customers in the form of deposits, and the same money will be collected and afterwards it will be lent to the customers in the form of loan. So, as these loans are called as bank loans. As you can see in Bajaj, HDFC and ICICI banks, we can see some personal loans, vehicle loans, housing loans, like that. So, here the bank will provide the money collected from the customers as in the form of deposit, and it will be given to the bank account holder in the form of bank loan. Not only that, here the banks will lend money and collect interest on it. So, it is not exchange of money on hand to hand. Here, if you take 10,000 rupees or 1 lakh, so in return, when you pay that amount, in return you have to pay some interest to the bank. So, further, these interests will form in the income to the depositors. So, for example, one person has deposited 1 lakh rupee in the bank. So, he wants to save his money instead of keeping at home. So, he wants to save that money in the bank. So, how this bank will keep that amount? So, it will lend that amount to the other depositors or the other customers in the form of bank loans, and on that they will collect some interest. So, that interest will be given to the fixed depositor who has kept his money for 1 year, 2 years, like that. Not only that, here bank invests the customers' money in national and international business and increase their funds. Not only that, here we can see it is not running through national wide. We can see all these types of transactions will be done in national and even also international business activities. Not only that, here as this bank is there, so who is going to maintain all the functions, or which is the organization which controls all these banking activities? That is nothing but here we can see RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India. As you can see on the number, if you take 10 rupees or any type of note, so in that, if you see backside, so there Reserve Bank of India, it is given in each and every currency of India. So, as all these banking transactions in India are controlled by Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI. Not only that, which is known as mother of banks. So, here whatever activities, whatever transactions, whatever interest policies or whatever type of funds, loans they are providing, all these work out according to the instructions given by RBI. So, that is why we call this Reserve Bank of India as Bankers Bank or Mother Bank of India or Central Bank of India. So, this RBI formulates the monetary policies which should be followed by all banks. So, how much percentage should be given to the customers, how much interest should be collected. So what are the policies they have to follow. All these instructions will be given by the RBI only. So whoever opens the bank, they are not they should not maintain their own interests. Only according to the rules and regulations or the instructions given by the RBI only, all the banks must follow it. So today we can see state bank groups are there. Many state bank groups are there. Not only that, 20 nationalized banks are there, 21 private banks are there, and 19 foreign banks are there. So here the network of banks consists of 8,000 bank branches. So here we can see, if you see one bank is in Delhi, so in that name only we can see some other bank in Uttar Pradesh, some other bank in Maharashtra, like that. Here we can see 8,000 bank branches are there, and there are rural banks, regional banks, government and private banks also. As in the recent development in banking industry, so it is given connection to its post office. As you can see how these banks are running in the same sequence. Post offices are also providing the same facilities to the customers. So here the Indian Postal Department, as in Bellary you can see near Taluk office, you can see a head post office there. So there this post office, it deals with all types of transactions which are done in the bank also. This Indian Postal Department is planning to start a bank which are initiative called as Postal Bank of India. So with the network of post offices spread all over India, we can see 90% of them are found in rurals. Not only that, you can see, so as this Indian Postal Department, it's planning to start a bank which are tentatively called Postal Bank of India. With the network we can see many banks are there, whether it is in village or in city level. So if you see, this department is already there in every part of the country. Not only that, this department is already providing various financial services including post office, savings bank like SB, so issue of national savings certificates, NSC bonds, Kisan Vikas Patra, so this will provide facility for the farmers, and monthly recurring deposits, RD. So if any housewife or any who are maintaining financial transactions, or if anybody wants to save their amount, so here in this recurring deposit they can fix some amount as RD. And postal life insurance, so it is also taken one of the policies provided by the Indian Postal Service. So as for this, if you take LIC, their amount will be more. For postal life insurance, it will be less of amount, so we can get further benefits through postal department. And pension payments, so for widows and all, they are paying monthly pensions to the persons who are eligible for pension. And not only that, here we can see some types of banks. So here there are different types of banks, and each bank is specialized in different types of activities. If you see central bank or reserve bank, or we can see number of banks, each bank is categorized for on their specialization. As if you see Central Bank or Reserve Bank of India, it is called as the RBI or Mother Bank. And here next one is commercial banks. So as these commercial banks which deals transactions only for the commercial purpose or for the business purpose. Next, industrial development banks. So these banks will provide all facilities or policies which deals with the industrial sectors. So here some important types of banks are there in that Central Bank or Reserve Bank of India. So this acts as a mother bank, or else commercial banks. Here this commercial banks which deals only with the business purpose or related to business purpose. And industrial development banks, these gives towards industrial developments. Whereas land development banks, this deals with the real estates. And some banks are there, indigenous banks or money lenders or shahukars. We can see they'll take some gold from the customer and they'll provide some money. Or we can see some corporations or else finance people, they are maintaining as indigenous banks like Spandana, Janalakshmi. In Ballari we can see these types of indigenous banks are there. And next is cooperative banks, which deals with the society, or we can see the farmers who they need, whoever need that money purpose or money facility, all these will be provided through cooperative banks only. So here to the if you want to know more about all these, so you have to make a visit to different banks and you can collect the details about that. Now moving towards types of banks. So here we can see saving bank account is there, current account is there, recurring deposit is there, and term deposit is there. As this 4 kinds of accounts can be opened in a bank according to your facility. So moving towards savings bank account. So here this account, it will be generally opened in banks by salarized persons. For example, if your mother or father is working in any office, school, college, so instead of giving that salary to the hand, so here the management or the government will deposit that amount into the customer by taking their account numbers, so that their salary will be credited to their accounts only. So here the persons who have a fixed regular income, so at the month ending or on the 1st of the month or 10th of the month, here the person will get some amount to his account in the name of salary. So for this facility only it is given for some persons like senior citizens. As students nowadays, if you want to get your scholarship, so here you need to open a bank account. So then only your scholarship will be credited to your account. So as these accounts will be provided to students, senior citizens, and even the pensioners. So as these saving banks accounts are opened to encourage people to save money and pool their savings. So if you ask your mother, if your father gives 10,000 per month as salary into your mother's hand, so what she'll do? She'll spend all that 10,000 at a time. So no, she'll keep bifurcating that amount. So this 1,000 rupees for the grocery, 1,000 rupees for the other expenses, 1,000 rupees for the fees and all like that. If anything money is left, so what mummies will do? So they'll keep that amount in the SB accounts, that is savings bank account. So whenever you want, you can deposit that money in the bank, and whenever you need urgently, that amount will be given to you as withdrawal. So not only that, here there is no restriction on the number of amount of deposits. So how much you can want, you can deposit, or how much you want, you can withdraw, either in the form of check or in the form of withdrawal slip. It will be available in the banks. So coming towards current account. So this current account is open only for the businessman. So why means here this businessman will have a large number of regular transactions with the bank. So they won't deal with 1,000 or 2,000 like that. So this dealing will be done in lakhs and sometimes crores or so it will take. So here this current account will provide the businessmen who have a large amount or large number of regular transactions with the bank. And not only that, it includes deposits, so withdrawals and contra transactions in case of emergency. Not only that, in current account, amount can be deposited or withdrawn any number of times in a day. So as nowadays per day 2 lakhs or 1 lakh will be the limit for withdrawal only for the current account members. So generally here the banks do not give any interest. As you can see in the SBI account, we have observed when you deposit some amount, if you didn't draw that amount for some time, so here that amount will get extra interest in your account. Whereas this current account, in this account the government or the bank will not provide extra amount or extra interest for the money kept in the current account. Now moving towards recurring deposit, that is RD. So these deposits are generally opened for the purpose. So if you ask your mother, father or your brother or sister, so here they need some amount to be kept for their future savings. For example, if any girl is born in the family, so here the intelligent father, what he'll do, in his earnings, he'll fix some amount like 500 rupees, 1000, 10,000. So it will be a limit for his investment. So here we can see that person will keep some amount in the form of RD. Means here once it is deposited monthly, so that amount will not be taken back. So it will be kept for 3 years, 5 years, like that. So after completion of that only, here you will get your amount will be given back, and it will not going to be provided in the middle of the year or in the middle of your term. So next coming is term deposit or term or fixed deposit account. So this account is opened for a fixed period. For example, today I have got 1 lakh rupee with me. So now I don't need that amount for present. So I need to keep that amount in the bank for 6 months or 1 year. So here the time will be given for a month, 6 months, 1 year or 5 years or 10 years. According to your convenience, you can keep your amount in the bank. So here that deposited amount cannot be withdrawn before the expiry of the time. So if I have given 1 year term, so up to 1 year I am not supposed to withdraw that amount from the bank. So rate of interest is more depending upon the term in this fixed deposit or term deposit accounts. So here you need some procedure to open the bank account. So here without a bank account you are not going to make any transactions in the bank. As nowadays all the banks are involved in the exchange of money. Not only that, here we can see it is safe to keep our amount in the banks, and these banks will manage the financial transactions to maintain professionally. And not only that, it is mandatory for every individual to open a bank account. If you want to make your subsidy in the gas cylinders, if you want to get your scholarship, or if you want to for any purpose, your bank account is made mandatory, means compulsory, you must have the bank account. So here you need some steps to be followed to open the bank account. So first one is decide what type of account you want to open, whether you want SB account, current account, RD or term deposit. So towards that, so after fixing your mind towards savings bank account, current account, recurring deposit or fixed term deposit, you have to decide which type of account you want to open in the bank. So after that, so approach to the bank if your choice. So whichever bank is very near to you, so you have to approach towards that bank and you have to decide to open a particular type of account. Whether SB means whenever you want money you can deposit, whenever you want you can withdraw that amount. That facility will be done in the SB account. Whereas this current account only for the business purpose, and whereas RD it is fixed and term deposit also fixed. So second step is you have to approach to the bank and there you have to fix which type of account among these four, and you have to inform So here that bank will provide one person to give you all the instructions of the bank accounts. So there you have to inform that officer about what type of account you want to open in the bank. So the bank officer will give you some forms and he will give some instructions to you. So after getting that form, so here you have to fill up that account form and proposal form. So there you have to write your name, your address, your Aadhaar number, your email ID and everything. So after that you have to give that. So after making your specimen signature on the form. So here after that officer will check out all that instructions given in the form, and there after taking your details, so here the specimen signature will be done on that card. So here this signature should not be changed. So how you have done once in that form, so that type of sign must be continued. So for bank purpose you have done one type of signature, and some other next time when you go for transactions in the bank, if you change your signature, so it is not going to consider as your signature. So before signing in that form, you have to make sure that you have to follow the same type of signature for the further instructions or further transactions to be done in the bank. So not only that, here the bank will insist or submitting the passport size photograph. So you have to keep your passport size photograph for the bank account for the purpose of identification. So means this bank account, it connected to your account only. It is not going to be given to any other person. And after that pasting your photograph on the form and giving all the instructions, you submit that form to the person who is sitting in the bank as before he has given all the instructions. And nowadays here we can see Aadhaar card. Self-attested means you have to sign on that Aadhaar card Xerox and you have to submit to the bank officer who is who are maintaining this type of functions in the bank. So now moving towards fourth, giving reference for opening your bank account. So you have to give reference for what purpose you are giving you are opening that account. So here before you get your account number there, so here you have to take the signature of some person, so who are having already account in that same bank. So for example, if I want to open my bank account in the SBI Bank, that is State Bank of India. So if I want to open my account in that bank, so I need to introduce one person. So that introducing person must have account in the bank. So that man's signature along with the account number will be written in that form. So after that only, so it is made for the reference or introduction of me through that person who is having already bank account. So like this here, you have to give reference for opening the bank account. So after doing all these aspects or after finishing all these activities, you have to submit that bank account form to the officer who are maintaining or who are functioning this. So in all the respects and along with the required documents of your proof, so under that proof they have collected Aadhaar card, PAN card and photograph of yours. It is enough that to open your account in the bank. So now the next step, the officer will verify all the particulars given by you. So here they'll check in the system whether whatever PAN card number, what is Aadhaar card number you are given, whether it is working or not. So they'll check all that, and after that they'll clear and if it is satisfied, so then he clears the proposal form by signing. So after taking that officer's signature, you have to move to the bank manager to open your bank account. So here initial deposit. So after getting the proposal form cleared, so here the initial amount or one what I call some deposit amount should be paid to the bank and it will be deposited through challan, that is bank challan. So now the bank issues a passbook, checkbook or pay slip book in case of saving accounts. So which type of facility you want? You want book or passbook, or you want check, or you want to make a pay slip. Like this here all the facilities will be provided after when you get the bank account in that particular bank. So not only that, in case of term deposit or fixed deposit, so a separate form will be given to that customer, and here term will be asked whether you want to fix it for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years or 10 years. So in the case of current account, a checkbook is issued to the customer. For recurring deposit, passbook and pay slip will be issued to the customers to maintain their deposits in the bank. So now, as we have already understood how to open the, or what is the procedure to open the bank account. So now moving towards the advantages of bank account. So with all risk and after making all sorts of information, we have opened the bank account in the particular bank. So what next? We will get the advantages of bank accounts. So here many accounts, many advantages are there when you open the bank account. So here the bank account facilitates safe custody of money. So here when you keep your money in the bank, so it is not stolen by or it is not robbed by any family members, or any calamity is not going to damage your money kept in the banks. So next is bank account helps in making payments. So whenever you need money in urgence, instead of asking to others or taking money on interest, so here the banks will help you in making all types of payments. Bank account helps in collection of money. So not only that, here you can collect your money or you can save your money in the banks. And bank account holders get advance and loans. So if you are saving your money and suddenly if you need some amount to be given in the form of loan, so here the bank will provide loans on the amount you have deposited in the bank. And not only that, bank account helps in smooth financial transactions. There is no frauds will be done. So whatever you deposit, whatever you withdraw, all that will be given through the statements, and how much left, how much to be paid, all the instructions will be done with smooth financial transactions. Not only that, bank account holders can get safe deposit lockers facility. If you have more amount, or if you have any precious jewelry or some property papers which to be kept safely, and it is not nowadays safe as many crimes are going on in surrounding our areas, to safeguard ourselves from all these crimes. So here the bank accounters, if you are having bank account, so on that account the bank will provide a safe deposit locker facility, so that you can save your money, save your life also. So these are all the advantages of banks. So as these bank transactions which deals with all types of banking information. So I think all of you have understood about what type of accounts should be opened, and when you open that, what are the facilities you will get. So by this we will come to the end of bank transactions lesson. So keep going on watching our school videos, so that you can be perfect and up to date in your studies. Good luck.